Hello and welcome to your club Nintendo. Today I decided to change things up a bit and show you a game I played on Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. Now this deck I haven't seen very much of. I only seen it once on the internet, built it, and I enjoy it. It's a speed Lugia deck. Basically, you just set up a Lugia, set up a couple of Deoxys on the bench to power them up, and a Cofagrigus with the ability 6 feet under. I guess I'll start first. I decided to use an N there because my hand didn't look too pretty. I do grab a Lugia and a Frozen City. Now Frozen City, for every energy you attach to a non-plasma Pokemon, it does 30 damage, which also helps Lugia get those knockouts. So I do decide to play a Psychic on the Lugia and end my turn. Now, my opponent only has a lone Deoxys, so it could be any type of plasma deck, I'm sure. He does play another Deoxys. That's the new promo one. Oh, and he plays a Snorlax. Interesting. Snorlax's ability is when he's in the active, your opponent's active Pokemon cannot retreat. So, really the only way to get out of there is to use a switch or just capture out and get a different opponent's Pokemon in the active. He does drop a DCE on one Snorlax and passes. I decide to use Bicycle, and I do get a Plasma Ball. Looking through my deck, I still have my computer search. I do have a couple Plasmas. I decide to grab the Cofagrigus because that Yamask only has 50 HP. I don't want it to be knocked out, so I will drop the Cofagrigus and give it a little extra health. And I'm deciding to capture out, and I do decide to capture out the Snorlax without the energy, because Snorlax does have such a high retreat. It will buy me some time, hopefully. Yep, he has a retreat cost of 4, and I will Juniper the rest of my hand. Now, luckily, I was able to grab another Deoxys and a Lugia, and I'll just end my turn. Now, hopefully, my opponent doesn't play a Float Stone, switch out with his other Snorlax, drop a DCE and Colress Machine. That's the worst thing that could happen, but he decides to end here, so it doesn't look like he has that. I get 2 Float Stones, Juniper, a Colress, and 2 Catchers, which isn't actually bad at all. I'm actually kind of happy to that end. He plays a Bicycle. Bicycle lets you draw until you have 4 cards in your hand, and it is an item card, so it does not count as your supporter for a turn, which is nice. As you can see, I also play a Colress. What Colress does is lets you shuffle your hand in your deck and draw as many cards as there are Pokemon on each bench. So my opponent drops an energy on the Thunderuses and passes. I go ahead and I drop a Float Stone on that Lugia and a Float Stone on my bench Lugia, because I have a catcher and I will be able to get around that, but I decide to just Colress anyway. I do grab another Deoxys, go ahead and play that, power up that Lugia. Thinking, where do I want to put this other energy? I decide to drop a DCE on Lugia and Colress Machine. Nope. Yeah, what am I doing here? I do decide to Colress. My fear of powering up Lugia without attacking is that it gets captured up and attacked. That's why I hesitated there, but I'm going to end my turn. Thinking about that Ultra Ball, because I do want to get another Yamask out. But ultimately, yes, I just end my turn. Now, what is my opponent going to do here? Let's see. He really is just stuck with that Snorlax in play with such a heavy retreat. Snorlax has a really strong attack, but unfortunately his retreat cost is really high. I'm going to go ahead and drop one plasma on my benched Lugia, and I'll Chorus Machine for another plasma, and I believe I put that on my active Lugia. Yeah, because I want to have at least 2 Lugias set up just in case something was to happen to my bench Lugia. I don't want to donate all my plasma energy, put all my eggs in one basket, and have it knocked out, and then I just lose the game. So let's see, what are we searching for here? Go ahead and look. Not much there. I was looking for the other Deoxys. Must have been prized. So I just go ahead and fail it. I do get the computer search, however, which computer search is an A-spec card. Discard 2 cards from your hand. Search your deck for any card and put it in your hand. I decide to get rid of the N since I have the Juniper, and I'm guessing the Chorus Machine. I don't think I'm going to need another plasma energy, and I do grab the catcher. I'm going to go ahead and capture up that Thundurus with 2 energy on it. He seems to be the biggest threat at the moment. I will retreat to the other Lugia. Lugia gets free retreat whenever it has a float stone attached to it. Any Pokemon gets free retreat when it has a float stone attached to it. I will use Cofagrigus as 6 feet under, put 30 damage on the Thundurus, sacrificing that Cofagrigus. My opponent draws a prize card, and Plasma Gale, discarding a plasma energy for 140, which is perfect math. And with Lugia's overflow ability, I do get to draw an extra prize, and that's half the game right there. Grab an N, a Deoxys, and a DCE, which seems really good prizes to set up another Lugia. My opponent does play 2 Scrapper, which does suck, getting rid of both my float stones, and then a Skyla. Skyla lets you search your deck for any trainer and put it into your hand. Let's see what he goes for. I'm not sure exactly what he could grab that help him. Maybe a laser to try to put me to sleep and stall me. No, he goes for a catcher. That's another good way to stall me, I guess. He captures up. I'm sure he's going to capture up. Oh, he captures up the other Lugia. Drops a DCE on Snorlax's and pass. Let's go ahead and drop that other Deoxys that I got for my prize. Looking around, thinking perhaps I should drop a DCE on this Lugia. That way I have 2 Lugias pretty much powered up. So if something happens to one of them, I'm not in bad shape. I do play Ultra Ball, getting rid of an N and a DCE to grab a Yamask, so I can set up another Cofagrigus for another knockout. I go ahead and benched the Yamask, and not much I can do, so I'm just going to end my turn. My opponent draws a card. Junipers, which Professor Juniper's discard your hand, and it allows you to draw 7 cards. He does play another Thundurus, drops that final energy he needs to use Giga Impact, which does 30 times the number of Team Plasma Pokemon you have in play, which, when you play an all-plasma deck, you do 210 damage. So I go ahead and he knocks out my Lugia, takes 2 prizes, I promote my other Lugia, which is fully powered. I play my Team Plasma Ball, which lets me search my deck for any Plasma Pokemon and put it into my hand. Looking, and I grab that last Cofagrigus. Evolve the Yamask in the Cofagrigus. Use 6 feet under on, doesn't really matter, I guess I'll do it on the Thundurus again. I could Colress Machine or I could Juniper, but I decided to not even bother with that, just capture up the Thundurus, Plasma Gale for 150 damage, taking my last 3 prizes. And with that, Lugia just knocks out 2 Pokemon and you win the game. Thanks for watching. I hope to post more videos in the future. See ya.